Well, hello there, Golden Tokyo here, and today I'm gonna bring you guys with me to the gym for some leg day.
So I'm gone. We hit the club, this cup's full of jealous. We in the bag and we mugging a Tia. And I'm in the bag and I got an idea. Oh yeah.
I like to get my workout started with a simple warm-up. So over here on alternating steps with the resistance band for 1 minute, I'm doing kickbacks. And then I like to rotate to my side and do the same thing for some core action. And with this exercise, you find that you need to engage your core and you need to also bring your leg down with control to see beneficial results. You get a little bit of cardio in and you do definitely define your Adonis belt and your glute muscles in the back. So in a set, you get side kicks on each side and back kicks, and try to do this twice for a total of 6 minutes. Plus a cool down of 2 minutes of just walking on the stairs with the resistance band, making it a total warm-up time of 8 minutes.
You got to put your whole self in, right? You got to cut off the cell phone. You got to no TV. There were those of you who were watching the game last night. You really didn't have no business watching these boys win a national title, going to the NBA, making millions. You didn't have no business watching them, because you're not where you need to be. Right? Some of y'all don't have no business watching the basketball game because you're not where you need to be. If you put your whole self in and got a 1.5, I'm loving you. 2-3 years from now, that 1.5 is going to turn into a 2.5. You're going to be all right. I know from personal experience. So we got 3 weeks. I need all televisions off. I need cell phones off. Listen to me. Some of you are going to be broke for the rest of your life because of that little thing on the side. You're going to be broke for the rest of your life because of a little cell phone.
Listen and listen well, because no truer words are ever going to be spoken. You can do anything you want without limitation. Whatever it is that you decide you want to make come true in your life, you can do that. It is going to take an inhuman amount of work. You're going to have to be prepared to break yourself in half. You are going to have to learn more than anyone has ever learned. You're going to have to push yourself harder than anyone has ever asked you to push yourself before. You're going to go way beyond your breaking point. You're going to run until you vomit. You're going to study until you fall asleep. You're going to push and push and push, and then you're going to push some more. And when you hit the limit, you're going to push again beyond that. You're going to force yourself into an adaptation response. And why? Because as Malcolm X said, the future belongs to those who prepare for it today. So if you don't put the work in today, if you don't do the unending, back-breaking work of developing yourself into something greater, the world is going to pass you by. The people that are going to own it are going to be the ones that did that work. And the one promise that I can make you right now is that somebody out there is outworking you. Somebody right now is doing the things that I'm saying. Somebody right now is doing the work of failing and getting up and getting better and pushing themselves and triggering that glorious adaptation response that makes humans the apex predator. Someone right now, they're putting in that work. And if you don't, the future is going to belong to them. And as Martin Luther King Jr. said, if you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But whatever you do, you have to keep moving forward. It's not okay to make excuses. It's not going to slow people down. It's not okay to ask the world to stop so that you can step out front. It's not okay to expect little of yourself and demand great rewards. The only thing that's okay is to be in line with the way that the world really works. And if you want to be great, you've got to become capable of greatness.
Okay, so over here I'm just warming up into the squat. I have a phobia of hurting myself, so I just like to warm up before everything to avoid that. And yes, I realized that I did not really show you the positioning, so I will definitely do a video on squatting position. So to warm up, I just do 10 of these. And of course, if you were just starting off, obviously a squat bar would not be your warm-up. it'll be best advised for you to do body weight squats because the bar squat would be more of your actual workout. I'm not quite sure what this is called, but I call this crisscross lateral pull. So I'm really just engaging my lats so they're going to be alert when I'm putting that heavy bar on my back. So the secret of seeing results is actually leveling up. So you are always going to be constantly adding weights to your bar. That is how you build muscle, and that is how you make that booty pop. So I do my squats in 3 sets, and the first set is always the lightest. So in this video you can see here that I have 45 pounds on each side, making it a total of 135 pounds because the bar itself is also 45 pounds. Don't forget to squeeze your glutes as you straighten from the squat. This helps take the pressure off your lower back and strengthens your glutes.
You've got to develop your skill set. You've got to take what you have now, and if that's crawling, then crawl, but you drag yourself ever forward to a vision of yourself that is so clear and so specific that nothing could knock you off your path, because you, my friend, know exactly where you're going. You're willing to pay whatever price it takes to get there, and no matter what anybody says, no matter how many hecklers come for you, no matter how many people try to throw dirt on you, try to stop you, try to knock you down, no matter how many people come for you at night while you sleep, you will rise and you will keep pushing forward, and you will get better every day. And no matter how many times people chop at you, knock you down, knock you off the path, you will get back on. You will crawl till you can walk, you will walk till you run, and then you will run until you fly. And that, my friends, is the only path forward. So if you want a future that makes you happy, if you want a world that you're excited about, get your ass out there and earn it.
Okay, this is me hitting my 1 rep max of 225 pounds.
As Derek Jeter said, there may be people who have more talent than you, but there's no excuse for anyone to work harder than you do. At the end of the day, whether you believe in talent or not is completely irrelevant. Everyone should believe in hard work. Everything in your life is literally a result of that. You're born an infant, a lump of flesh that can't even hold its own head up. And yet somehow, by practicing, by learning, by growing, you're able to get better. You're literally incapable of anything when you're born.
Deadlifts. This exercise is done wrong by a lot of people, and I used to be one of those. So the common mistake is that people tend to lift with their backs and their arms because it just feels like that's the exercise, but it really is not. You're supposed to be lifting with your gluteus maximus, your quads, your abductors, your hamstrings. And yes, you can actually get injured by lifting by your back and arms, so try not to.
Every skill that you have in your life, all the things that you take for granted, at one point you couldn't do them. So understanding that humans truly are an adaptation machine and that they are capable of acquiring any skill that they want, but it requires hard work. It requires that you do the reps. It requires that you put in the effort. And at the end of the day, the people that you're going to surpass are not going to be the people that have less talent than you. Maybe they even have more talent than you. It's going to be the people that you're willing to outwork. But until you're willing to outwork them, you're always going to be stuck. And as John Irving said, to do anything really well, you have to overextend yourself. And that's the key. If you want to put in an extraordinary performance, if you want to absolutely dazzle people, then you have to do something amazing.
I look like a mess, but thank you for watching my workout. Like, subscribe, and comment for more content on the way.